The screen is dark, silence, then a faint heartbeat begins to echo. With each beat, faint images flicker, a shattered shield, a broken gauntlet, the ruins of a battlefield. A deep voice whispers in the darkness. The war never ended. It was only waiting for us. A sudden thunderous crash. Sparks of cosmic energy flash across the black screen, illuminating the faint outline of the Avengers logo cracked and fading. The heartbeat stops, silence again. Then the sound of something ancient awakening. The camera drifts through deep space. Stars glitter, but the silence feels heavy. Slowly, the ruins of a destroyed planet come into view, floating like ashes. In the dark, broken fragments of stone drift around a crater where once unimaginable power had been unleashed. A low hum begins, building tension. Thanos believed he was the end. But he was only the beginning. A shadow emerges, not fully revealed, only a silhouette against the light of a dying star. The figure stands tall, wrapped in armor that hums with strange, unfamiliar energy. The voice continues, calm yet terrifying. The stones were never destroyed. They were reborn, scattered across realities, and I have found them. The screen cuts rapidly, a fragment of glowing blue energy pulsing like a heartbeat, a shard of crimson stone igniting in fire, a faint green spark tearing through the void. Each fragment shakes violently, as if resisting the pull of unseen hands. The music rises, heavy drums. The voice becomes sharper, commanding. You saw only half of destiny. The rest belongs to me. Suddenly, the camera spins through portals, opening across the universe, chaotic flashes of different worlds colliding. The ruins of cities, the cries of battlefields, alien ships tearing through the sky. The air crackles with lightning, a wide shot. Earth, trembling under the weight of incoming destruction. The voice lowers again, dripping with menace. And your heroes will kneel. The visuals cut to black. The sound of the villain's footsteps echoes, each step heavier than the last. In the distance, faint thunder rolls. The screen flickers quick flashes. Doctor Strange's hands shaking as he tries to contain a spell that is breaking apart. Thor standing on a mountain of fire, eyes glowing with rage. Captain Marvel soaring through space, colliding with enemy ships like meteors. A lone figure, face unseen, clutching the remains of Iron Man's helmet. The voice whispers once more, "This universe belongs to me." The screen fades completely dark. Then, for just a second, the Avengers theme plays softly, broken, distorted, like a memory that refuses to die. The sound of silence is broken by a faint echo, a single voice, worn and heavy with regret. We lost everything. But we're still here. The screen lights up slowly, not with a bright glow, but with fragments of fire drifting through smoke. The ruins of a city stretch into the distance, quiet and hollow. The camera doesn't reveal faces. Instead, we see silhouettes moving through the wreckage, a cape dragging across broken stone, a gloved hand clutching a shield edge, boots crunching against glass. The narration deepens. The fight is not over, because it cannot be. Not while the universe still breathes. A violin note lingers in the background as the visuals shift. We see the hammer of Thor pressed into the earth, lightning flickering around its handle. The claws of Black Panther carving into stone. A quiver of arrows, resting against cracked concrete. Each shot lingers for only seconds, faceless, but unmistakable. Then the camera cuts to a new setting, a secret chamber hidden beneath the ruins. Dust floats in the air. A table sits in the middle, glowing faintly with holographic blue light. The outlines of figures appear around it. Shadows only, no faces, their identities left to the imagination. The voice of Doctor Strange enters, layered like an echo from another dimension. I've seen too many endings, but there is still one chance. The hologram flickers, revealing fragments of a map, galaxies, portals, cracks in reality. The screen zooms in on glowing dots scattered across the stars. Each dot pulses like a heartbeat. The narration continues. The stones are calling across worlds, across time. And if we don't answer, someone else will. The visuals build in intensity. Quick cuts of different heroes preparing, a figure lacing up combat boots in silence, a hand gripping a bowstring, pulling back with determination, the shadow of a flying hero breaking through storm clouds, sparks of magic drawing circles in the air, a rising drumbeat signals urgency. But to fight this war, we must stand together again. The words echo into silence, then the familiar phrase breaks through. Whispered first, then louder, Avengers. Assemble. The screen bursts into light. Explosions ripple across alien skies. A fleet of ships descends on Earth, blotting out the sun. The camera races through chaos, streets filled with panicked civilians, portals tearing open above oceans, mountains trembling under violent quakes. Yet, through it all, shadows of heroes rise. We see the silhouette of Captain America planting his shield into the ground, standing unshaken as debris falls around him. Thor, cloaked in storm, summoning lightning across the battlefield. Scarlet, Witch's hands glowing with red chaos magic as she raises a crumbling building to protect civilians. None of their faces are shown, only the sheer power and presence of their forms. The narration turns softer, almost mournful, layered with voices from the past. Some are gone, some may never return, but their sacrifice will guide us. Quick. Flashes of memory flood the screen. Iron Man raising the gauntlet before his final snap. Black Widow's hand slipping from Hawkeye's grasp on Vormir, Vision's stone shattering. Each memory fades into shadow, but their echoes remain. Suddenly, the sound of a portal ripping through space shatters the silence. Golden sparks swirl in the air. Doctor Strange steps through, only his silhouette visible, cloak flowing like fire. Behind him, other figures emerge, warriors, sorcerers, soldiers from across galaxies. They gather, their shapes filling the battlefield. The villain's voice from Section 1 interrupts, deep and venomous. Gather your champions? It will make no difference. The screen cuts to black, a pause. Then the sound of thunder, deafening, endless. Rolling like war drums, the Avengers theme begins to swell, faint and broken at first, then rising with renewed strength. The narrator's final words close the section. A new war begins, and every world will decide its fate. The screen fades into silence, leaving only the faint crackle of lightning. The soundscape softens. The roar of battle fades away, replaced by a single piano. Note, the screen turns dark and then a faint flicker of light appears, a lone candle burning in the middle of ruins. Smoke curls upward. A low, broken voice begins to narrate. We have fought, we have bled. We have lost more than we could ever bear. The camera drifts slowly through fragments of memory. Not full faces, never full scenes, but echoes. The broken pieces of Iron Man's helmet resting on scorched ground. A red ribbon tied to the side of a crumbling bow. The faint glimmer of a necklace shaped like the eye of Agamotto lying in dust. Every object holds weight, each one a reminder of those who sacrificed everything. The music deepens. Strings joining the piano. A voice, trembling yet steady, overlays. Every choice we made brought us here. A sudden flash. The screen cuts to an empty cliff on Vormir. No figures, only the wind howling across its edge, the camera lingering on the spot where one Avenger had once fallen. Silence fills the scene, heavy and unbroken. Then another flash, the remains of Titan still shattered with the faint echo. Of voices long gone, the visuals fade into a quieter moment, the silhouette of a hero sitting alone on the ruins of a building. Their head bowed, their weapon resting at their side. In the background, the faint chatter of children's laughter plays, but it's distorted. Like a memory fading into silence, a new voice speaks, softer, filled with grief. They believed we could save them, that we were enough. The screen cuts. Quickly, a flash of Spider-Man's mask lying torn on the ground. A shield cracked down the center, glinting in the firelight. The faint outline of Vision, fading away in white sparks. The narration continues, but to save tomorrow, we must carry the weight of yesterday. The camera zooms out into a vast shot of Earth from space. Cracks ripple across its surface like veins of light, glowing red and purple, as though the planet itself is breaking under cosmic strain. The faint cries of voices echo in the distance. Overlapping like whispers, a low drumbeat begins again, steady and slow. Like a heartbeat returning. We shift back to the battlefield, but the focus is not on war. Instead, it is on unity. Shadows of heroes stand side by side, not moving, only breathing, their silhouettes outlined by the light of fires burning in the distance. Each stands differently, one kneeling, one holding their weapon tight, one gazing upward. The camera pans slowly. Across them, faceless but resolute, the music swells with violins. A soft female voice whispers, "They gave their lives for hope. Now it is our turn." Suddenly, a flash, an artifact glowing in darkness. It is unfamiliar, its design ancient and alien, pulsing with energy. The glow spills across the screen, filling it with light. The narration sharpens. This is not just about one universe, this is about all of them. Quick montages follow, strange opening a portal into a realm of infinite mirrors. A hand, trembling, reaching out to touch the artifact. Thor's hammer colliding with something unseen. Sparks flying across the void. A storm of red chaos magic wrapping around a collapsing tower. The music slows again. Returning to the single piano note. The visuals turn dark, fading into the silhouette of one hero walking alone, their back to the camera. They carry a weapon in one hand, dragging it across the ground, sparks lighting their path. Their shadow stretches endlessly forward, as though they walk into eternity itself. The narrator's final words for this section echo with both sorrow and strength. We will not run. We will not forget. We will not fail them. The screen cuts to black, silence, and then a single spark flickers in the darkness, glowing brighter until it bursts like a heartbeat across the screen. Asterisk. The silence of Section 3 is shattered by a deafening roar of thunder. The screen erupts in white light. Suddenly the pounding of war. Drums begins, slow at first, then faster. Each strike echoing like the beat of a war machine. The voice of the villain returns, louder, darker, filled with venom. You think you can resist me? Your armies will fall, your worlds will burn. The camera plunges into chaos. Fleets of alien ships rip through the sky above Earth, blotting out the sun. Entire cities are drowned in shadows as beams of energy tear through skyscrapers. Oceans rise, mountains crack, and the ground shakes violently. Civilians run in terror, their screams muffled by the roar of engines and explosions. But then, through the storm, the silhouettes of heroes rise. The music swells with brass and strings, layered with pounding drums. Quick flashes cut across the screen. Thor raising his hammer as lightning splits the sky, thunder cascading behind him. Doctor Strange drawing massive runes in the air, circles of fire spinning around him. A jet streaking across the horizon, firing missiles into the fleet. Hulk smashing through waves of alien soldiers. His silhouette glowing under firelight, the villain's voice cuts through the chaos again, mocking, "Gather your champions." It changes nothing. The screen shakes violently as two armies collide. Sparks, fire, and smoke fill the frame. The camera sweeps across the battlefield but never lingers on faces. Instead, we see boots stomping through rubble, weapons clashing in sparks, shields deflecting fire. Explosions ripple in the distance, painting the night sky blood red. The Avengers theme begins faintly in the background, distorted at first, then rising louder with every strike. Every world, every reality will kneel. The scene cuts to portals opening across the battlefield. Golden sparks flare, blue light shatters the air, and endless reinforcements arrive. Warriors from Wakanda, sorcerers from Kamartaj, guardians from the stars, all stepping forward into the storm. Their silhouettes merge, countless shadows standing against the darkness. The music builds into a crescendo. Quick shots flash in rapid succession. Scarlet Witch unleashing waves of red chaos energy, collapsing an alien tower. Arrows streaking through the air, exploding on impact. A massive shield wall locking into place as soldiers brace for impact. Fire raining from above as a colossal ship crashes into the ocean. The villain roars, "This universe is mine. The ground splits open. A surge of energy erupts, tossing warriors into the air. The camera zooms in on the villain's silhouette. At the center of the storm, raising his hand as fragments of the Infinity Stone swirl around him, glowing brighter than ever. Each stone pulses violently, bending space itself. Lightning cracks across the sky, and reality shatters like glass dot. The screen splinters into fragments, visions of countless universes colliding. Cities folding into themselves, stars collapsing into black holes, entire realities crumbling. The music becomes chaotic, layered with screams, drums, and horns. A storm of sound that shakes the frame, then silence. The camera cuts to a single shot, the shadow of a hero, kneeling in the rubble, pressing their hand against the ground. The faint glow of light spreads from their palm, resisting the darkness. The villain's voice hisses, furious, "You cannot stop what is coming." The light grows brighter, cutting through the smoke. The silhouettes of the Avengers reappear one by one, their weapons glowing, their stances unbroken. Thunder echoes again. The Avengers theme finally breaks through in full power, triumphant, defiant. A voice, calm and steady, cuts through the chaos. Not shouting, not whispering, but absolute. "Then we'll die, standing together." The screen explodes in white light. A montage of final shots blazes across the screen, lightning colliding with fire, ships crashing into oceans, portals shattering, blades clashing. The climax builds higher and higher until the screen cuts to black with a deafening crash. Only the villain's last whisper remains. Destiny cannot be denied. The Avengers logo burns into view, molten gold, reforged and glowing. Sparks fly across. The screen dot text appears. Avengers Infinity War 2025. The drums fade into silence. Then, faintly, a final stinger, a new voice, cocky and amused, breaking the tension. "Guess I missed the invite." The screen cuts out instantly. Silence.